Hey, what's up, everybody? I don't know if I'm live or not. Um, the chat should pop up if I'm live. Um, how's everybody doing? This isn't going to be long. I'm not actually going to be streaming anything. I'm just letting you guys know that I'm motherfucking alive. I'm going to put a short up, letting everybody know that, well, quite frankly, I am at PeoriaCon. This is my first con that I've actually done where I've had to actually leave the city. Um, Most of the cons that I've done are around the city. I can always go home, drive back and forth. But this is a con where I'm in a totally different motherfucking I would say county, but that's still kind of like a Chicago thing. But um, yeah, I'm in Peoria. Um, it's one of those things where, and I want to. Okay, good, jog it here. I'm really gonna be trying to push, making sure that I can actually get more get as many sales as I can. Maybe doing art at the table. God, I'll be really ready when I'm finished getting over this fucking cough. Um, but yeah, it looks as if I'm recording pretty well. I'm using my phone as a Wi-Fi hotspot, but yeah, I am here in PeoriaCon, letting you guys get a status update. This is one of the reasons why I kind of haven't been streaming as much. I've been working on art, and I've also been working on a commission, commission that um, I need to finish by Easter. Anyway, yeah, now I'm just here in this nice little area, trying to get prepared for tomorrow. Um, I would have been a little bit. I would have started streaming earlier if it was my computer didn't have to update. I have a laptop that I had to constantly update. So you guys will tell me if I'm like lagging or something like that. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of talking this weekend, anime, different things. Um, yeah, been trying to, not that I've been trying to ignore politics, but it's just like it hasn't been something on my mind as of late. Um, I think I'm gonna make this like kind of a rant video too. Um, and ironically, somebody beat me to it. If you watched the Sir's video about stop othering people, I'm kind of feeling the same way. A lot of online leftist communities are like really, really starting to piss me off because either multimillionaire streamers claiming that, oh, this life is too hard for me and I don't have a social battery anymore after streaming for 8 hours or 9 hours. And the one job that they had was motherfucking working for a few months making sales at their uncle's company. Or you get streamers sticking up for shit that they should just be like, yo, bad move. Just fucking bad move. I don't fucking get it. You get the drawing the lines of, well, we're us and they're them. The shit is just, uh. And a lot of this is just really a lot of just, and I hate to sound like the get off my lawn kids type shit, but a lot of this is just younger streamers that haven't had the experience of actually living in the world, having to deal for years in a job where they can't just mute somebody or block somebody because the block button doesn't work in real life. And it's just frustrating to me, guys, because what you see with a lot of these people, liberal talk show host Randy Rod said, like, even the whole, dirty lib or liberal this, liberal that, that shit is just starting to it's getting excessive because it's just sounding like, oh, well, I'm more pure than you. Motherfucker, you just trying to sound more cool. You're not trying to sound more pure. And the libs did shit. Say what you want about Biden. Say how quote unquote ineffective that he is. He got rid of at least $130 billion worth of student loan debt. And you got people that sit back and shitting on them. Or you get quote unquote libs that raise the minimum wage just enough in their state to try to motherfucking do some shit. But yet you get people that be like, well, that's not going far enough. They didn't push the magical socialist button. And it's just like, you dumb fucks. And I don't know what to tell these people. I mean, like, I really don't fucking know what to tell these people because it's relieving the suffering of some people. May not happen to all people, but it's just acceleration bullshit. It's we need to make it so bad that people will want to join our cause. Motherfucker, that has never happened. I mean, like, I hate going on a rant, but a lot of these quote unquote communists and MLs, they want shit to get so bad that they're going to start a revolution, which is just motherfucking LARPing. And it's like, motherfucking, some of y'all can take off y'all uniform. You can take off your uniform. There's no outward sign of you being queer. There's no outward sign of you, being an atheist. There's no outward sign of you being a socialist. But I can't take off my uniform, dog. And even if I believe what they believe, because I can't take off my uniform, they're going to still think that I'm part of that group that they don't like. And it's not just self-preservation. It's the fact that a lot of you guys just don't fucking understand shit. We have 3 branches of government. And I know it may seem like only one matters, but it's 3 fucking branches of government. If you had a problem with the way Joe Biden is running the fucking country and you wanted him not to run for re-election, what was your candidate in 2020? What was your candidate in January 2021? 2022? You guys sit back and bitch and complain about the fact that, Joe Biden is too old, Joe Brandon is too old, but you never want to get inside the body politic and actually do shit. You expect things to just happen. And then get mad at people, call people libs for actually trying to get people to vote, actually trying to get people to do stuff. While you sit behind your fucking keyboards and just not do shit or complain about, it's so bad. It is fucking unbelievable. It is, and what's crazy about it is it's just so you can sit back and say, I'm the most pure. It's funny. A lot of it is, say what you will about people making bad arguments about shit. But it's like a lot of people on the left just argue to argue and they want to squash the opinion. I literally flipped on, and I'll check it out. I literally flipped on a video the other day. I was like, well, I'm going to stop making content. Why? Because socialism fails as a way of running society. I was like, okay, that's interesting. And this woman literally says that you can't talk about socialist principle out in the open because of fear of being targeted. Motherfucker, it sounds like you want to do some of the T word. This we cannot do accelerationism. I'm sorry. That is not gonna get people to do the shit that you want them to do. I get it, you're young. I get it, you're full of energy. I get it. Most of you motherfuckers ain't gonna have shit to quote unquote fight for. The American dream of the house and this and that is far gone. But there are people that still have that. There's people who still want that. And for you to sit back and say, no, just leave it alone and just go for this revolution. No, that's where you're wrong. Where is it? Where is the conversation about how, yeah, houses should be alright? Where's that conversation? Instead of, let's unalive these landlords. Like, you sound like I heard somebody literally advocating for the most radical position because that's where the energy is. No, that's where your crazy energy is. I mean, like, I don't get that part. You'd rather have a movement full of a small movement of people than try to get more people to your cause. And then, well, I'm not going to argue with it. I just stated my facts. And because I stated my facts, you should listen to me. Because I'm right. This guy 150 years ago said I was right. I guess that'd be, about 150 years ago. Without anything to even back it up, I would love to live in a Marxist society. But give me Keynesian economics any fucking day, and I will take that. So many of these people, all liberal, sock them, all cut a liberal in a fascist league. What the fuck are you doing? They're the motherfuckers that think voting is worthless. Yeah. Like, how dare you go out and vote? Voting. How dare you? like, because it works. Voting actually works. But that's live shit. Voting didn't protect Roe v. Wade, but voting got it away. So, are you gonna sit back and wallow in? Because what it really is, and I'm gonna break it down. Maybe this is me hypothesizing. No one wants to feel like a loser. No one. They would rather enact than act and lose. Nobody wants to feel like a loser. And a lot of people, when they feel like they lost something, it's an aversion to try again. And that's not just young people. That's not just, the kids. A lot of older people feel that way. They feel like, why should I try? I'm just going to lose. And God damn it. That just infuriates the hell out of me. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been seeing. I guess we talked about the body politic. Oh God, I'm so ready to get this over with. It's like I'm congested and it goes down to my throat and then it comes back up. So anyway, for people that aren't, God, I watch too much TV. We've been eating good with a lot of different series. We have been eating good. And there's two series that I'm going to actually mainly focus on, but I'm just going to talk about this. So, I haven't seen many people talk about the new He-Man series, which is actually awesome. If you He-Man and um, the Masters of the Universe Revolutions, which is like the same name as the cheesy looking, god awful looking um, series that Netflix had on. We were eating motherfucking good because it shows the He-Man with like the extra armor and shit like that, and introduced Skeletor, and introduced Kildor, and how do you have motherfucking Mark Hamill and motherfucking William Shatner? Like, William Shatner played Kildor, and Mark Hamill played motherfucking Skeletor. And they were playing. I know they probably weren't recording their lines in the same booth, but yeah, it was. Um, we're gonna get to Hodark. We're gonna get to Hodark. We're gonna get to Hodark. But yeah, it was fucking awesome, and it was. Of course, they're gonna do part two, and of course they introduce Hodark's apprentice. That's a female that they showed scenes of him kidnapping a little girl. I wonder who that can actually be. But yeah, and Evil Lynn. I like. Can we even call her Evil Lynn anymore? Like, what do we call her? Like Gray Lynn or Neutral Lynn? Like, she like showed the fuck out. And Tila, boy, even though Sarah Michelle Gellar is no longer Tila, she had like, I don't know. My favorite color is blue, but the way she was rocking that green, boy. And let's talk about Hodark. That motherfucker came in just was like, oh, oh, I am the motherfucking man. I am the motherfucking man. And that's a great segue because he is a whoever that motherfucker is a great fucking voice actor. I mean, like, you would think that he played some evil role before. Oh, like, I don't know, almost a Shakespearean role in a winged monster, winged cat monster. No, that can't be it. Maybe he played a demon. Maybe he played a demon that was spawned from hell. No, fuck, that can't be it. Uh, maybe he played a cat demon in hell with a hotel for sinners. Yeah, I'm talking about Keith David. Keith David, whatever voice role he plays, kills it. I mean, like, Keith David fucking kills all of the voice roles that he does. From Goliath, which I actually have, I'm selling pictures of Goliath. From Spawn, fuck, like he kills it, and he kills it as Husker. As the next show I'm gonna go into, Has Been Hotel. Now I have watched. I mean, like, I don't do reactions. I did reactions a little bit on my channel when I was introducing a friend of mine to just some of the content that I watch. We watched part of the Dragon Ball Z abridged, but I don't do reactions like that because I fucking hate editing. but but man, the Has Been Hotel Hell of a Boss universe is actually fucking really awesome. Now, Hell of a Boss has to do with more of identity and your relationship to people that you kind of want to be in a relationship with. It's focused more on the romantic aspect of um, more of the how people relate to each other in Porcupine fucking theory or Hedgehog dilemmas and shit like that. Like, our prickly selves bumping up against other people in the prickly selves, and just that alone. And not to say it's not other things that you see in that show, but it's mostly like horrible people actually caring about each other, and I guess them trying to live with the fact that they care about each other, but still are bad people. They're imps and demons. Like, what do you expect? But Hell of a Boss is something a little bit different. And I know it got a lot of the Christians up in arms. Like, how dare they make fun of people that's already in hell? Wait, I thought you wanted to save souls. Yeah, but they already in hell. They get what they deserve. Then let me introduce you to the fucking revelations of Peter, where if everybody in heaven prays, you can actually release souls from hell that didn't they fell flat with people because people just want revenge. They use some of the Kabbalah stuff with Lilith being Adam's first wife. They use and the thing about it is, it's just when I say the performances are just awesome. Of course, everybody loves Alistair, and the funny thing about Alistair is that um, everybody knows never let your guard down around Alistair, and he knows it, and he literally knows it. He gives Charlie the run of the hotel, but the only reason why she's running the hotel is because he allows it, even though she's the princess of hell. Yeah, Alistair's running that motherfucker, and people are, he it was made very clear that he was aromantic, asexual, so it's never a threat of, oh, he's gonna get with this. But some people, of course, they still, people are people. And so he's doing it out of mostly selfish and a little bit of altruistic reasons. Um, Charlie, of course, the daughter of Lucifer Morningstar, and ironically enough, and this is like a funny part about it. If you, I've watched Lucifer, like the Fox/Netflix shows, and the name Charlotte came up in there, um, which ironically was Charlotte, whatever her last name was, embodied by Lucifer's mother because she died, and then when Lucifer's mother went to the other dimension, and it was just a whole bunch of like names that got used. I don't know. I just find that was a interesting type of thing that kind of went together. They play Charlie as just this almost delusional, which she's not delusional, but hopelessly hopeful person. And yeah, she has a lot of hope, but she's not delusional. It's one of those people that's like, I don't know, maybe has a dream, and no matter how much people say your dream is shit, you're still gonna keep doing it because not because just because you sunk so much into it, but because you actually believe in yourself or you believe what you're trying to accomplish. I wonder who can be doing that. But um, of course, she has her girlfriend Vaggie, who, and this is spoilers. I'm going to spoil it all. Who was an angel who was cast out of the execution squad because angels came in once a year and just like thinned out the population of hell because she spared a child looking like thing. And so, like, we can't have mercy in motherfucking heaven. Fuck that, because this is heaven. Either you fucking fall in line or you fall. Angel, it doesn't matter. So, yes, you have that they find out about. You have, and this is Angel Dust or Anthony. We're going to call him Angel Dust when we talk about his um employment, but Anthony or Angel when you're talking about how he is. And everybody that, even some of the most hardest looking people, even some of the people that has said some of the most misogynistic shit there is, when you get to episode 4 and you actually see and you hear the song Poison, you actually listen to, and you just like, No, let's go get this motherfucker who's doing all this shit. Like, let's roll and get this. Like, I've seen people just like, they've made some of the most, like, and they're nowhere near left wing, but there's like, and they've made jokes about gay people or bi people. Like, no, let's go fuck this motherfucker up. And it's just like, when you convey, because everybody's actually had that relationship because it built up to that. In previous episodes, before episode 4, you hear the love bombing and the fuck you, and the love bombing and the fuck you, and it's just like, that's weird. And then then you see what the fuck happens, and then you like, yeah, let's go get this motherfucker. But that's where you get the great Keith David in. And I didn't know this motherfucker could hold a tune. Motherfucker smooth as a fucking baritone. Comes in like, well, maybe you are correct. Like, and just like, it's, Angel had already put on the show where it's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. That shit that we all try to fucking do when we have a shit job or abusive ass situation, be it physical or mental. And he was like, stop the bullshit, man. It's all right. I know how it is. It's that we're in hell. This shit is just bad, and you don't have to fucking act. It's if you've ever seen Misfit at Demon High School, Demon Academy. That last scene in the first season where Lay is saying like, I've been in hell. I've been in hell as a hero. And Anos is like, hey, we're both like, if you're in hell because you helped me, I'm gonna be in hell right there with you. And it's like, I know some people are like, oh, they need to do a romantic thing, but it's just like, no, you don't need to. When you have a compatriot in eating the same shit sandwich that you are, and they're just like, we can stick to it together, that's fucking awesome. And that turned Angel's character around from just being horny all the time to being just like, he kind of got back to more of I don't have to act around here. What's another character? Nifty. Oh, we're not gonna talk about Nifty. Um, let me make sure I clean up this mess in this hotel room because we don't want no motherfucking Nifty around here. That motherfucker is fucking insane. Somebody asked her like, "What you been doing?" "Oh, I'm fighting bugs." "How's that going for you?" "They're winning for now." Like, the fuck? What was another phrase that she had? She's like, sometimes I like to kill baby bugs in front of their mother so I can tell them a boss. And it's like, god damn, they have literally created a twisted character. And what was another one? I mean, like, I'm skipping around characters. I talk about Husker, talk about Alistair. I guess it's time to talk about say pinches. Like, the fuck, that motherfucker is. It was awesome. It was fucking awesome. The way it would happen to him. Like, I mean, like, when you first see in the end what happens to him, he gets clapped like somebody pressed the delete button, just like, oops, delete. But he kind of gets, yeah, he gets his little redemption. Um, One song that I did go back and replay multiple times. If you've heard it, it stayed gone, and especially like host the beginning of it. But with Alistair, like, again, nobody fucking wants to be in the position where they trust Alistair. Nobody. Husker made the mistake of saying something that he thought Alistair was going to be relaxed on, and he was left fucking shaken. Nobody trusts Alistair. Nobody makes a deal with Alistair unless they really fucking need to. And he's the most fucking scary, sadistic piece of shit that you've seen in that motherfucking show. I mean, like, besides Adam, but yeah, yeah. And so, yeah, that was a show that I ate well on as well. But another two shows that I want to actually talk about. The first is this. About a month and a half ago, almost 2 months ago, Disney Plus released Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. And I saw the mixed reactions, and most of the people that had bad reactions from it. were literally people who read the Percy Jackson books. And I have to say to them, shut the fuck up. Really, I read the Percy Jackson books myself as an adult multiple times. There were times where I would read the books and then come out, I would reread all the books over again. So the lore, the instances of shit that happened, I know what they did, what they changed, and why they changed. I know some of the shit in the Greek mythology that they fucking changed. The fact that you motherfuckers are like, oh, but it wasn't like the book. There is no way you can get a book in real life. It's not gonna happen. And the fact is, most of these TV channels are only doing at most 8 episodes. That's why you see the fucking Kevin Smith easily got a good break for doing 5 episodes, 2 halves of the season. He got 10 episodes. But even in the Has Been Hotel, 8 episodes, and people talked about the pacing. In the fucking Percy Jackson, 8 episodes, people talk about the pacing. A lot of this shit, as far as live action, they're only getting 8 episodes. They're only getting 8 episodes. That's what the new meta for a lot of these TV shows are. And for you to think that there's pacing issues, of course there's going to be pacing issues when you're adapting a story or you're adapting more of a story than what you want to tell. Of course there's pacing issues. But one, stop taking it out on the actors, because sometimes it's not even the actors, it's the direction. But mostly blame it on the studios. Sometimes it's not even the writers. I've seen people who literally analyze TVs, shows, and stories for a living and says, well, because I know what they're feeling, I know what they're acting, or I know what they're trying to convey, you shouldn't dumb shit down for everybody else. And I'm like, fuck, dude, you're not everybody else. That's that's a thing. You have some media literacy. Some people don't. And with the Percy Jackson, and more egregious with the Avatar criticism, say what you want. I want people to actually think this. They can say what they want about the criticism. I don't care. You have your opinion, I have mine. But don't sit back and say, because, well, the TV show did this, the book did this. You can't adapt things one to one. You can't. And I know that there are people who, I like animation. I see it as an art style. I see it as something to, a way of telling a story. I've never down the shit. It's never been a thing where it's just been, oh, that's kid shit. It's never been that way for me. But some of you motherfuckers who watch TV shows, who watch a lot of animes and cartoons, you need to understand something. There are people who believe that they can relate to live action better than cartoons. And that's a thing that happens. You have to put yourself in somebody else's shoes. And just for you to call out something because it's not exactly what you wanted, cool bean. That's great. You want to... Like I said, if you want to have some issues with pacing issues, fine, have issues with pacing issues. But don't say, I literally saw somebody say, well, I don't like the show because they started off in episode 12 of Avatar. No, they started off in episode 1. But they started off with this one where it was this. Like, no, they started off with episode 1. Stop acting like that. Stop acting like you're the only one that consumes the media. You're not. You're not. You're entitled to your opinion. Hell, you're entitled to vote with your wallet by not watching it, by not, recommending it. I'm not saying it's a bad show. You're entitled to that. But you're not entitled unless you make the shit to do a 1-for-1 motherfucking recreation for your favorite property. 1, it can't happen in real fucking life. 2, is it can't happen because of physics, and 2, it can't happen because of logistics. And again, you can have your criticism. I'm not saying that you can't have your criticism. I know I have my criticism of different properties. I know I have my criticism of the way certain acting was done. But for you to say it's not like the TV show or the writing is bad, like I literally had a conversation with somebody who said, this was a few years ago, The Legend of Korra was bad because they made Aang look like a bad dad. And I'm like, wait, what? Or funny enough, they said the different forms of government that was shown in The Legend of Korra, of equality, anarchism, more spiritualism. It was, and of course they never talk about how bad the fascism was, but they said it showed in a bad light certain forms of government, and it's like just going back and looking at that now, especially with the anarchism. The Red Lotus were accelerationists. They were accelerationists. And judging by going back to early in the stream, by a lot of the way a lot of these leftists are, they're fucking accelerationists. It's never, we need to change to make sure that people aren't left out or left behind. No, you need to move when I move. And then the question becomes, how many camps are you going to have for people that disagree with you? Like, how many camps? I mean, like, you hear people like years ago literally non-compete. And I remember this video. Non-compete. The Legend of Korra literally says that, we're going to have camps for people that don't believe in the things that we believe in. Why can't you just convince them? It's like, yeah. Anyway, but now, the whole, and I get why they have dedicated fans. The Percy Jackson, the the Avatar, they have dedicated fan bases. And you get those people that want to protect, quote unquote, their show, where Icon, what's the difference? What's the difference when it comes to people like that? I have to ask you, what's the difference? I don't disagree with you, but I'm asking you, what's the difference between T-word and the accelerationist? Besides the amount of hell, fuck. What's the difference between a lunatic and a prophet? I'll wait for that answer. What's the difference between a lunatic and a profit. So yeah, but I get how people feel. It's one of those things where people feel like, no, this was mine. I liked it before it was cool, and why should we broaden the horizon for more people? Why should we? Accelerations go for the worst possible option so that people demand and fight for change. You're right. And the T word people are the action arms for accelerationism. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I want you to know I don't disagree with you. But the T word people to the not T word people, um, I mean, like let's the the T word people are action oriented. They're freedom fighters. But in some cases, in a lot of cases, they want to make stuff bad to win the approval of the masses. And like that's the best way I can describe it without that's the I'm trying to work around the euphemisms because monetization and all that other good bullshit, right? But um no, but like um when it comes down to it, just and I guess I'm just talking about a lot of shit that's been getting my goat lately. It's just a lot of people have this whole idea of I kind of I liked it before. Exactly. But a lot of people have this idea of I liked it before it was cool, and everybody wants to get in on the ground floor. Everybody wants to say like, no, you only like it because it's popular. You're not a real fan. I'm going back to what I mentioned before with Serge talking about how the this versus that, us versus them mentality. A lot of people was like, no, I'm a real fan. You're not a real fan. You wasn't a real fan when this happened. You wasn't a real fan when that happened. And it's just like, dog, come on, get over yourself. Enjoy the shit. And I guess I'm gonna talk about this too. Um, and pretty soon I'm just gonna lay my ass down. Hopefully I feel better in the morning. Um, Ironically enough, I'm gonna be selling my art in the anime convention. So um, have I engaged in constant war rhetoric? Yes, I have. However, I'm gonna say this. I am somebody who likes to play RPGs. When the action RPG came along, I was a little bit hesitant for it, but I like to play RPGs. I probably have it on my channel. Parasite Eve. I know I have God of War. I know I have a few other games. Um, and what's currently kind of fucking with me is this. I fucking hate Microsoft. Now, it's not to say that I hate Xbox and shit like that. No, I fucking hate Microsoft. And I'll tell you why. Microsoft and Sachi Nagala, I think that's what his name is. Fuck them. Do you know that I used to be able to edit on a Microsoft program, the video editor, and it was decent, and it wasn't as well as my PlayStation, Share Factory. But you know what they fucking did? They turned it into a fucking service. They turned a video editor that came along with your program to a fucking service. This is after they had previously had did the whole Microsoft Office as a service. I fucking hate Microsoft. Now, do I hate them as much as say like getting an Apple phone? No, fuck. I hate Apple. I have no fucking loyalty to a platform that has no fucking loyalty to me. Windows Movie Maker. Oh my god. Do you know Windows Media Player has been changed so much? And it's just like, I am telling you. And they're trying to do the shit for games. They are literally doing the shit for games. And that is bullshit. Now, do I have problems with some of the shit that Sony does? Yes. The fact that I have I have a PlayStation 2 console and that motherfucking Laserdisc went the fuck out. I have a PlayStation 3 console and the fucking paste in that shit I had to get it repaired. I've had more than one motherfucking PlayStation 4s and even though the quality it has good quality. I'm not gonna lie. It has it has good quality. I just am a heavy user of my items. Like I don't watch TV. I watch PlayStation. I watch my Netflix or Hulu or Crunchyroll on my fucking PlayStation. And the fact is, I'm a heavy user, so my shit burns the fuck out. And the repair cost and shit is high and fuck. If I have to buy another fucking controller with the button drift, oh fuck these people. Um, you loyal to me? No, fuck me. Don't be loyal to me. Be loyal to the ideas. But um, what kills me is that I want quality games. It is the reason why I mentioned that I like JRPGs. I played the original Final Fantasy on Nintendo. I bought it multiple times for my PlayStation fucking Vita. Uh, like I'm thinking about buying it for the PlayStation 4 version because I like RPGs. I liked Xenogears. Yes, Xenogears. I have fucking Parasite Eve on my channel. These are the games that I like to play. These are the shit that I haven't gotten Baldur's Gate 3 yet. It was either that or Spider Man, so I saved up and bought Spider Man 2. But that's another game. Like I like story driven games. And what kills me is this whole idea of no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. When you put over 100 hours in that game, it's not overrated. The part that people actually only play is overrated. Yes, but nothing feels better than fighting the Emerald weapon with two mimics in the Night of the Round. Get two mimics in the Night of the Round and fight the Emerald weapon in the motherfucking water. I just like, yeah, when you get that shit, like, fuck. They even had a version like in Ragnarok. They literally had the a version of the Night of the Round where the swords come out and like Night of the Round was like the most best summons that you could ever fucking get. Even in Kingdom Hearts, the whole fucking 13 keys, that is like a Night of the Round type of shit. But yeah, I'm getting sidetracked. But like exclusives fucking matter. I know, hot take, but exclusives actually matter. What kills me about some of these people that's talking about exclusives don't matter, exclusives don't matter. What about Nintendo? Nintendo's different, but exclusives don't matter. But you just said exclusives. Nintendo's different. Fuck, leave Nintendo alone. Stop fucking with Nintendo. It's like, but they have exclusives. Yeah, but their exclusives are good. Did that mean you want them? But exclusives don't matter. And what kills me, and I'm just gonna address it. it's a lot of people who, and it wraps into a lot of conversation too, where you get people like, oh, we don't need AAA games, we don't need good looking games, we don't need, like, no, fuck you. I need my Horizon. I need to find out how Aloy motherfucking destroys motherfucking Nemesis. I need my Horizon. I need my fucking God of War. Where we gonna get God of Boy? Where we gonna get Loki, God of Heroic Acts? Yeah, again, I know too much mythology. If you get Loki, God of Heroic Acts, like, yeah, Gears of, well, 1, 2, and 3 were actually good from what I hear. But it's an exclusive. It actually pushes the console. When you get an exclusive, you actually know how to just better make that game. You know how to better push the limits of that console. And it shows other developers how to do things. Um, Legend of Dragoon. No, I haven't played the Legend of Dragoon, but I've played the Illusion of Gaia. And if you've played that on the Super Nintendo, you know that that's actually a good game. And I mean, like, that's a deep cut. Like, I mean, like, the only deeper cut that I've known is Flying Warriors on the NES. Like, like, I've played these games, and yeah, like when you get like these multi-plat games, and no, don't get me wrong, there are a lot of people who love multi-plat games, but it's not these games that hook people. It's these games that are Skinner boxes. It's just Skinner box games. Like, it is no, like, I am talking about fucking Parasite Eve from 1999. 1999. It wasn't even a really super polished game, but I'm still talking about that game. The story, the body horror, the fucking, even some of the gameplay is just fucking awesome. And it was an exclusive game. And you get these people who, like, no, exclusives don't matter. Where it's just like, my company who is losing the console war is saying exclusive doesn't matter. But they're losing the console war. But exclusives don't matter. And it's just like, but 10 months ago you were saying they matter. You, as a matter of fact, you were hoping that they buy studios to make those games exclusive. Which, shit, fuck, I want Microsoft. I want Microsoft to make fucking Call of Duty exclusive to Xbox. Make sure PlayStation get their ass in gear. Because Mag was a good fucking game. Let me say it like this again. Mag was a good fucking game, and it was ahead of its time, and it should have actually continued. It was a good fucking game. Mag, if you know what MAG for PlayStation 3 is, it was a good fucking game. And I swear to God, make them get their ass in gear to make a like Horizon Motorsport versus fucking Gran Turismo. These are these games that brought out the best in competition. Now, are there still some fuck shit? Like, yeah, when PlayStation thought it can get away with Drive Club versus literally putting the time and effort into fucking, Gran Turismo. And just, exclusives matter. Exclusive sells consoles. And I don't like the Xbox. The original Xbox was just Sega Saturn with DirectX. And if you know, you know. I mean, that's not shade, really. It was just Sega Saturn with DirectX. But, like, when you get down to it, it helps push that whole idea of, well, this company is doing this over here, and it's making this company outthink this. And what kills me is this call for these PC players to say, like, and I did a video a long time ago to say, like, no, you console peasants. And it's just like, but you still want our games. But the game should be everywhere. Archivism. Buy a console and buy a disc. You still want our games. But no. I literally saw Mudahar talk about how no, we need to preserve games. But you say you buy physical contact. No, it's not that you want to be able to get shit for free, emulate the shit, and you want to say, well, it's consumer. Like, no, dog, look, check it out. I sell art. And if somebody copied my shit and actually motherfucking sold it at a cheaper rate, and I didn't have control over how it's going to be done. It's not even the me not getting money. I didn't have control over it. I would have a fucking issue as well. I would have an issue because it's my shit. It's my shit. And again, outside of the money issue, I have characters. I have fucking one character, Lotus, the little ninja chick that like got the blindfold and shit. If I saw her getting double dog teamed down, I would have an issue because that's not what I want that character to be. Now, Daisy or even fucking Lily, oh god, Lily, she was getting double dog teamed down. Like I would worry for the guys, but still, it's like, but that's not how I want the character to be. And for like a lot of these PC guys, no, it should be no exclusive. And it's just like, shut the fuck up. Really, shut the fuck up. Get some games. Get your games that have great stories. Then make them exclusive. As far as us console people, especially our Sony console people, we want story games. That's what we want. And I'm sorry if you have an issue where buy console. Well, consoles for kids. I can afford a $500 console. I can't afford a $3,000 ass PC and a $2,000 ass monitor. I can't. It's not in my budget. If you guys like, share, and subscribe, then maybe it could be in my budget. No. But I'm so glad the stream isn't buffering. It's not in my budget. And then you get, and this is another thing that I think is driving the whole console war with everybody should be like Microsoft, and you shouldn't want AAA games. Talking about game journalism. For one, the rush to actually put out a lot of games first leads to a lot of reviews first, leads to poor review scores. And I'll tell you why. If you've ever looked at a review and you actually see that a lot of the people that review the game, either they rush through the main story or they don't complete the main story, and it just frustrates me because they say, well, this I got to the main story and then it took a difficulty curve up. No, motherfucker. You got to the main story in the part where you're supposed to do some side quests to motherfucking level up, and you didn't because you were rushing through the fucking story. And I'm sorry, games are fucking art. And if you have a 40 or 80-hour game, regardless of the bloat, you're telling me you're getting this done in a week? You're not. You're missing something. Or, oh, these games are too samey. Oh, I need something new and fresh. It's like, you know how that there are people that are pansexuals? It's like they're pan gaming. Like I'm just so tired of the this and this that. I need something new and fresh in my life. And it's just like, dog, like, I get it. You like indies because they're fresh and new. But not everybody. It's a reason why they still are indies. Now, yes, there are some indie games that blow up, like Bad Company, like what is that motherfucker? Like Among Us. There are some indie games that just blow the fuck up, but not every indie game does. And there's a lot of shovel fucking ware. And I think this encapsulates, and I still actually watch their show. But if you ever watch James Stephanie Sterling, they they complain that the industry is doing bad shit, which it is. I don't don't doubt that. But one of the biggest things that they complain about is AAA games, and it's just like there are some AAA games that are good. I'm sorry to just keep pointing this out. The Gods of War, the Spider Man, the like these are AAA games that are good. The Horizons, like JS, even praise Zero Dawn. That's a AAA game, but it's just like a lot of people, especially in Western media, just fall for some of the same bullshit that a lot of these Western gaming companies put out. And I'm just fucking tired of it. And some of it is because they want shit new. Some of it is because, let's be honest, they want to play for games. Nobody wants to pay for games. Everybody wants all the games and not have to pay for them. I'm sorry, as I mentioned, I had to choose either between Baldur's Gate 3 or Spider-Man 2. And I got Spider-Man 2 because I had fun with Miles Morales in 2018. And you see a lot of people complaining that they think Sony should do day and date because they want to have Sony do the same shit that Microsoft is doing and bring just lower quality games just at a cheap rate. And it's like, no, we deserve better. We deserve better as a fucking industry. And I'm sorry, if I had shit games to look at, I wouldn't remember. Like, it is a reason why I like playing Parasite Eve 1 versus Parasite Eve 2. Even though the story is a little bit more expansive, it was a lowering quality of gameplay versus just that, tight, kind of constructed type of thing. And it's that's why when it comes to game journalism, it's just a little shit to me. And it's not even that these people have some ulterior motive, never attributed malice, what can easily contribute to ignorance. But it's just like you're too focused on just, I don't know. Some of it is the workload. Some of it is the cost. And yeah, yeah. I just it just I don't know. But I've rambled long enough. And this cough is catching up with me. But I'm gonna put out a short. He's gonna probably produce tonight. I may actually um stream tomorrow morning before I go, and I know I'm gonna stream tomorrow night after I come back, unless I picked up a couple of chicks. We're gonna rumble. We're gonna rumble after the con. But no, seriously. Final Fantasy 11 and 14. I played 14. It was okay. Um, I played 9, which kind of was. It was all right to me. 9 was all right to me, but I kind of miss Xenosaga. And if you know what Xenosaga is, again, that's a deep cut. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna sign off. Give me some rest. Thank you guys for coming. Like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for listening to me rant. And yeah, peace.